They always say life is short. But they say it like a joke, like a fortune cookie, like a pillow-soft warning that never lands. Let me tell you something they won't. Life isn't short. It's brutal. It's a countdown clock you can't see, ticking under your skin, one beat closer to the end every time you blink. You're not running out of time. You're bleeding it. Quietly, willingly, through every delay, every excuse, every cheap distraction you pretend is rest. This world is not spinning for your convenience. It is dragging you forward, whether you grip the rails or lie in the dust. And while you scroll and sip and sleepwalk, time is making mercenaries out of those who know what it's worth. They are buying your minutes, renting your attention, milking your life in exchange for a few endorphin hits and a flash of digital applause. You're not running out of time. You're feeding it to wolves. And still you act like you're safe, like you got years in the vault, like there's some kind of reset button waiting for you once you're ready. Let me make it plain. Readiness is a myth. You weren't born to prepare. You were born to collide, to walk into the storm, bones rattling, eyes open, teeth clenched. But you've been trained to wait. Wait for the perfect idea. Wait for the right moment. Wait for permission from a world that doesn't care whether you rot. And all the while, the minutes fall like shrapnel, unnoticed, unfelt, until one day you wake up and realize that half your life is a museum of unfinished projects and conversations with yourself that never became action. They won't tell you this in school. They won't whisper it in churches or in self-help books with soft covers and pretty bookmarks. But I will. Your life is a crime scene, and the killer is routine. The same hallway you walk every day with your head down, the same thoughts playing on loop like a broken cassette in the basement of your skull, the same meals, the same scrolling, the same promises to start next week, and you want to call it a rut? Number, it's a funeral in slow motion, and you're carrying the casket. Time doesn't need to sprint to outrun you. It only needs you to stay still. You think wasting time means doing nothing. It doesn't. It means doing almost something, being almost honest, almost chasing it, almost becoming. But almost is a graveyard too, a deeper one, because in that soil you bury not just time, but truth. You convince yourself that you tried. You lie with your whole chest. You rewrite your memories to make comfort feel like effort. You call laziness recharging. You call indecision patience. You call fear logic. But deep down you know. You feel it when the lights are off and the noise is gone. That subtle ache in your chest, that's the ghost of the person you swore you'd become. And they are starving. You want to talk about energy? Let's go deeper. Energy isn't just movement, it's intention with teeth. It's focus sharpened until it cuts through noise like a knife through silk. But you've been leaking your energy in places you don't even remember going. 10-second videos, half-meant conversations, plans made to cancel, tasks started with no finish line, people you follow but don't respect, fights you pick to feel alive. You are hemorrhaging your own force, not because you don't have it, but because you gave it to everything that asked for it louder than your own soul did. There is a tax for neglecting your calling. It comes in the form of anxiety, shame, discontent. That's not burnout. That's your spirit knocking, wondering when you'll show up, because every day you delay the real work. Not the job, not the schedule, not the meetings, but the real work. You deepen the debt between who you are and who you were supposed to be. And there is compound interest on that debt. It comes in the form of regret, a slow drowning in what-ifs, a bitterness toward those who dared to go all in while you waited for a sign. They told you time was money. They lied. You can lose money and make it back. You can blow a fortune and rebuild. But time is vengeful. Once gone, it never looks back. You think you're broke? Check your time ledger. You've been burning gold every hour and calling it normal. What are you spending your life on? What system are you feeding with your seconds? Because whether you know it or not, you are financing something. Either your ascent or your irrelevance. This isn't about hustle. This isn't about sleep schedules or meal plans or discipline routines. This is about war. You versus the entropy of everything. You think nature cares if you fail? It doesn't. You fall behind, you get consumed. That's the law. of forests, of oceans, of time. There is no cosmic safety net, no divine intervention for those who sit still. The world does not slow down for your wounds. It marches, ruthless, over the bodies of the indecisive, and it sings only for those who run alongside it with blood in their mouth and fire in their chest. This isn't your wake-up call. This is your intervention. You're not unlucky. You're not stuck. You're not behind because of them or that or what happened. You're behind because you chose it. Hard truth? Maybe. But truth isn't here to hold your hand. It's here to tear the curtain down. And on the other side is a mirror. And in that mirror is you, unburned, unfinished, unbroken, but also unforgiven by the life you refuse to claim. What are you going to do with what's left? Because make no mistake, there is a clock. And though you can't see the numbers, it's not waiting for your confidence. It ticks whether you move or not. There's a version of you that could have already happened. You've passed him in dreams, felt her stare while you stalled. That version? It didn't wait for doubt. It didn't need applause. It just rose, quietly, brutally, fully. But you chose comfort like it was survival. You chose the glow of other people's lives instead of the heat of building your own. You chose scrolling instead of searching, consuming instead of creating, echoing instead of becoming. And now time isn't running out. It's laughing. Do you hear it? It sounds like silence. Because time doesn't scream at you. It doesn't yank you by the collar or pound on your door. It just leaves, quietly, like someone slipping out of your bed in the middle of the night, never to return. And when you finally look around, when you finally feel it, you're surrounded by ghosts of hours that used to be yours. And they don't care about your excuses. They don't care about your trauma. They don't care what your parents did or didn't do. They only care about what you didn't do. You're not haunted by your past. You're haunted by your potential. And don't you dare romanticize failure. Don't wrap it in poetry and pretend you learned something while doing nothing. There is no nobility in almost. There is no glory in hesitating until the last breath. The question isn't, what if I run out of time? The question is, what are you willing to do before it runs through you completely? Because here's the truth they don't tell you on stage. You don't need more time. You need confrontation with yourself, with your distractions, with your delay patterns. You need to stand naked in front of your indecision and name it for what it is, fear in costume. Because every day you live in delay, you become a curator of fake futures, ideas you talk about but never touch, plans you write but never move, dreams you cradle like sick animals you're too scared to release into the wild. But dreams rot if they're not fed with action, and too many of you are starving the very things that could have saved you. You want rebirth? You want transformation? You don't need a sign, you need a funeral. A burial for the version of you that just waits. Let them go. Kill the part of you that needs permission. Kill the voice that says not yet. Kill the myth that says you need to feel ready to be real. The moment you bury that voice, something else awakens. Not motivation, not positivity, but rage. Sacred rage. The kind that doesn't scream, the kind that builds, the kind that turns silence into structure, pain into pressure, time into territory. Because that's what this is, a war for territory. Every second you give to distraction, to fear, to delay, you're losing ground. And every second you take back, you reclaim your name. You want meaning? Carve it. You want identity? Bleed for it. You want time? Earn it, by treating every moment like it owes you nothing. You are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly where your choices have placed you. And until you own that, nothing will change. Not the system, not the luck, not the opportunities. You. Own it like your life depends on it, because it does. No more soft language. No more gentle affirmations to keep you numb. You don't need healing. You need ignition. You need to burn the script you were handed and start writing one that doesn't ask for approval. You are not a story waiting to be told. You are a weapon waiting to be drawn. So draw. One day you will open your eyes for the last time. No warning, no cinematic cue. Just a final breath you didn't know was final. And all that will remain is what you did. Not what you dreamed. Not what you intended. Not what you swore you'd start when things finally felt right. Just what you did and what you didn't. And on that last day, there will be no more time to become, only time to remember. And the only question echoing through your final thoughts will be, did I waste it? And in that moment, no one else's opinion will matter. Not the people you tried to impress, not the ones you feared would judge you, not the ones who told you to wait, to slow down, to be realistic. They will not be there when the curtain closes, only you and the truth. That should terrify you, but it should also liberate you. Because if it ends with you, then it can begin with you too. This moment, not tomorrow, not next year, this is the only piece of time that belongs to you. The only place where transformation can happen, where the ordinary can be set on fire. You don't need 1,000 steps. You don't need a master plan. You just need to stop lying to yourself about what you're doing with the one life you've been given. You need to stop treating time like an inheritance and start treating it like a matchstick, because that's what it is. It burns whether you use it or not. And if you're going to burn it for something that leaves ashes worth remembering, not comfort, not safety, not good enough, but for something that took your breath and turned it into thunder. You don't have to be famous, you don't have to be known, you just have to be real in the smallest corners of your day, in the parts no one sees, where your decisions are quiet but final, where you choose to stay standing even when the world forgets you. There is no applause here, there is no stage, just the beating of your heart and the space between now and never. Do something with it, not because someone told you to, not because it'll look good on paper, but because somewhere inside you, you still remember what it felt like to want something with every cell in your body, to wake up electric, to feel alive and terrifyingly awake. That version of you, they're still in there, buried but breathing, waiting but listening. Give them a reason to rise, not tomorrow, now. Because time was never the enemy, it was the mirror, and it's been waiting for you to finally see what's staring back.